we are back to start solving, looking at possible problems in fractions. Guys, it's going to be mind-blowing. Right now, just follow me, ensure that you do not skip any part of this video if you must maximize the mysteries we are going to be deploying while teaching you this course. All right, now we have on the board compound fractions. We want to start looking at the aspect of compound fraction. Like I explained in my previous class, I said that a compound fraction is a fraction that have two different fractions connected with either plus, minus, multiplication, or division, one at a time. Just two fractions connected with any of those four basic signs. So this is an operation in fraction. Now we're going to be looking at problems and solutions as we have on the board already. So the very question number one, we are asked to simplify 2 over 3 plus 5 over 8. This is an example of a compound fraction. This is the first fraction, second fraction, they're both connected with what? An addition sign. All right. So we are looking at addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division in what? In compound fraction under the concept of fraction. Now, guys, what do we do to a problem of this order? Anytime you are given a fraction to solve, there are two major things that you must not forget. One of the things is that you must convert the old or original denominators to a new denominator. Are you there? So, how do you now convert the original denominators to a new denominator? You simply do that by finding the L.C.Ms of the denominator. So in fraction, you must find the L.C.M of the denominators to get a new denominator. Hope that is taken. Now, guys, so we have, this is our solution. We have 2 over 3 plus 5 over 8. Guys, what do we do here? What we are simply going to do is to find the L.C.M of 3 and 8. L.C.M 3, 8. All right, I'm not going to be doing this in other problems we are going to solve, but I'm going to just do it for the first question we are going to solve here. All right, so to find L.C.M, which is the lowest common multiple, what do you do? First is to find the least number that can go into 3 and 8, or any of them. Now, the least number that can go is 2. So 2 cannot divide 3, bring down 3. Then 2 into 8 will give us 4. And now 2 can also go into 4. So you put down 2, then bring down 3, then 2 into 4. 4 divided by 2 will give us 2. Then again, we have 2 here. 2 can still divide these 2. Then I put down 2. 2 into 3 cannot. But 2 into 2 is 1. Now I can use 3. What can divide 3 is 3. Then I have 3 into 3 is 1. This is what we have, guys. Then the next thing we do is to multiply these numbers here. This factor, which would have given us 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Guys, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. And 8 times 3 is 24. That is to say, our L.C.M for 8 and 3 is what? 24. Don't forget, you only find the L.C.M of the denominators. Now, so what do we do now? We now put down 24 as the new denominator. It's as simple as this. Then the next thing we are quickly going to do is to put down this new denominator. Please follow me. Ensure that you are not distracted when you are watching this video, right? Please pay close attention because you are going to take a full advantage of what I'm going to be teaching you here right now. So what do? I will now put down the new denominator, then divided by the first original denominator. And what's the first original denominator, guys? That's 3. So I'll now say 24 divided by 3. And that will give me 8, guys. This number I just have here now, haven't divided the new denominator by the old denominator. I'm going to multiply this 8 by this numerator that is attached to this denominator. Are you there? So I'm going to simply have 8 times 2. That's it. This 2 here is this. Why this 8 you have as your what? The result you have after dividing the new denominator by the old denominator is what you will use to multiply the existing numerator. So now get the new numerator for this new denominator. Are you there, guys? Now, then we will put down our sign, which is positive plus addition, right? Now the next thing we simply do is to also come down, put down the new denominator divided by the what? The original second denominator, right? Yes, you're going to divide the new denominator by the what? Second original denominator, and that happens to be what? 8. So you're going to divide 24 by 8. Now 24 divided by 8 will give us 3. Now this 3 that is the factor or the result of the quotient of this we are going to use this 3 to multiply the existing numerator here. So guys, we are going to have 3 times 5. It's as simple as this. Then the next thing you do is to simply multiply 8 by 2, and 8 times 2 guys will give us 16, plus 3 times 5, we are going to have 15 all over 24. Now guys, when I add 15 to 16, we are going to have this as 31 over 24. Like I explained earlier, I said that compound fraction is simply simplified by reducing it to a simple fraction that has one numerator and one denominator. But of course, you can stop here when you have a proper fraction. But when you have an improper fraction, you must take a step further to obtain the corresponding mixed fraction, like I explained in the previous class. Are you there? So what do we do here? What we do here now is to see whether there is a particular number that can divide both 31 and 24. Are you there? If 31 and 24 has a common factor. Of course, 31 is what? A prime number. So it doesn't have a common factor with 24. So what do? I need to now find how many times will 24 enter into 31, which is exactly 1. Is that correct? So I'm going to put down 1 here. This one now is the whole number. Why the remaining part is the what? The fractional part of it. Are you there? Because we said earlier that a fraction is what? A part of a whole number, not the full whole number, but part of a whole number. Now, what do we do here? Now that we have successfully known the number of times 24 will go into 31, and we have put it that, the next thing we do is to multiply this 24 by this whole number. Pay attention to this, all right? You are going to multiply this whole number by the denominator. And guys, 1 times 24, we are going to still have 24. Why am I doing this? I want to know what will be my new numerator. The fractions I'm going to have here, I'm going to know what will be my new numerator. Of course, the denominator does not change. Yes, this is the denominator. The denominator remains the same. It does not change. Even when you are converting a mixed fraction to what? Sorry. Even when you are converting an improper fraction to a mixed fraction, the denominator does not change. It's only the whole number that comes in and a change in the numerator. So now, what will now become our new numerator? This is the essence why we multiply 24 by the whole number, which is the denominator by the whole number, and then remove the outcome from the existing numerator. So we are now going to have 31 minus 24. When we remove 24 from 31, guys, the new numerator would have become 7. This is the answer to this particular question. So you need to look at this question very vividly and see how you can solve this on your own. Like I said earlier, it is very, very simple. We will always hold you by the hand and walk you through step by step of finding solution to different mathematical problems, and that is exactly what we are doing. But please, please do not skip any part of this video, and note that if you have not subscribed to this our YouTube channel, please guys do that. All right, do that. Guys, we have question number 2 on the board. All right, now we are asked to simplify 3 whole number 2 over 5 plus 2 whole number 1 over 3. Guys, it's still simple. This question is not different from this, only that we need to convert this one first to what? An improper fraction, because this is a mixed fraction, a combination of 2 mixed fractions. So what do we do? First thing you do anytime you have a mixed fraction is to convert the mixed fraction to what? An improper fraction. And how do we do that, guys? This is our solution, and if this is our solution, we're going to have 3 2 over 5 plus 2 1 over 3. And guys, what do we do here? We multiply 5 by 3. So 3 times 5 will give us 15, guys. And 15 plus 2 would have given us 17. Hope you see how I did in mathematics. Now, what you do is that the whole number times the denominator plus the numerator. So when we say 3 times 5, we are going to have 15. And 15 plus 2, guys, we will have 7. So we are going to have this as 70 over 5. Plus also the second fraction is also a mixed fraction. So what do we do to it? We will still convert it to what? A mixed fraction. How do we convert that? We are going to have the whole number times the denominator plus the numerator. Now, when we say 2 times 3, guys, we have 6. And 6 plus 1, we are going to have 7. So we put down 7 here, all over 3. Guys, this is as simple as this. What do we do next? The next thing we are going to do is to reduce this fraction to what? a simple fraction. Now, what's a simple fraction? A simple fraction is a fraction that have one numerator and one denominator. But here now we have two numerators and two denominators. So we need to simplify this to have just a numerator and a denominator. Guys, hope that is sticking. Now, what do we do to be able to reduce a compound fraction to a simple fraction? Simply find the L.C.M of the denominators. Are you there, guys? So now, I've told you before, I don't need to start looking for L.C.M of 3 and 5. You already know how to get that. So the L.C.M of 3 and 5 is 15. 3 times 5. All right? Yes. You can find the L.C.M using the L.C.M table like I illustrated in the question number 1 that we solved. Now, what do? We now say that the new denominator, so the L.C.M of 5 and 3, which is 15, will now serve as the new denominator. Are you there? Yes. At this point now, how do we now get the new numerators? To get the new numerators, all we simply do is to pull down the new denominator divided by the what? The first old denominator, which is 5, and this will give us 3. So we are going to say this 3 we just have times the existing numerator plus, guys, hope you are here. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Plus, now again we put down the new denominator now divided by the second old denominator, and that is 3. And 15 divided by 3, we are going to have 5. So you are going to multiply this 5 by the existing numerator there. So we're going to have 5 times 7. Guys, it's as simple as this. All we need to do here now is to multiply 3 by 17 and also multiply 5 by 7. So 3 times 17, guys, you are going to have 51 plus 3 times 5, 5 times 7, we are going to have 35 all over 15. It's as simple as this, guys. 51 plus 35. We have it to be question number 3. We are asked to simplify 4 over 5 minus 1 over 2. Guys, the same thing we did while we were solving with addition, the same thing is applicable here. Only that when we are, instead of adding, we subtract. So the same process is applicable. So what's the first step? The first step is, this is our solution. Then we have 4 over 5 minus 1 over 2. Alright, guys, yes, this is what we have. 4 over 5, then 1 over 2. Now what do? First is to what? Reduce this compound fraction to a simple fraction. Like I said, you must know the what? The end point, promised land from Egypt. Yes, that is what will make your journey easier. When you know the promised land from the Egypt, then it will become a smooth ride, right? So now we already know that this compound fraction that we have here, we have to simplify it or reduce it to a simple fraction where we will have one numerator and one denominator. And to do that, the first thing you do is to what? Get one denominator for the two fractions. And how do you get that one denominator? You simply get that by finding the what? The L.C.M of the two denominators. And what are the two denominators here? 5 and 2. Guys, the L.C.M of 2 and 5 is 10. So we are going to have that here as 10. This is now our new denominator. So what do we do now to get the new numerator? Haven't gotten a new denominator, we know that we are going to have new numerator. Now, how do we obtain the new numerator? To obtain the new numerator, what we simply do is to come down, pull down the new denominator. Yes, you put down the new denominator divided by the first old denominator, which is 5. So 10 divided by 5, and this will give us 2. So these 2, we are going to use it to multiply the numerator of that particular denominator we just used, which is what? 4. Then minus, we move to the second term. So we are going to still have our new denominator divided by the second old or original denominator. Guys, hope you are following. Yes. So when we divide 10 by this, we divide 10 by 5 by 2, we are going to have 5. So this 5, we are going to use it to multiply the existing numerator under the denominator 2. And we are going to have 5 times the numerator there is 1. Guys, it's as simple as this. Now, what next do we do? The next thing we are going to simply do here now is to quickly minus 4, guys. We are going to have 8 minus 5 times 1, we are going to have 5 all over 10. Yes, guys, this is it. Then 8 minus 5. When you remove 5 from 8, guys, you're going to have 3 over 10. And as we have it here, the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Or in other words, the denominator is greater than the numerator. Hence, this is a proper fraction. And anytime you arrive at a proper fraction, there is no need for further step or further simplification, except on the ground that for those doing objective, maybe you have your answers in decimals, then you can go ahead and convert this to decimal place. Alright, looking at question number 4. Now, in this question number 4, we are asked to simplify 4 whole number 1 over 6 minus 3 whole number 1 over 5. Guys, what do we do here? Very, very simple. Like I said, and when we look at this critically now, we see that we have a whole number, or a mixed fraction rather, right? What do you do to a mixed fraction? You first convert mixed fraction to an improper fraction. Okay, so we have this as our solution. Then we have 4 whole number 1 over 6 minus 3 whole number 1 over 5. Now what do? We are going to have the whole number times the denominator plus the numerator. This is how you convert a mixed fraction to an improper fraction. So the whole number times the denominator plus the numerator. That's exactly what you have here. So 4 times 6 is 24, and 24 plus 1 is 25. So we are going to have 25 all over the denominator. Doesn't change. Now minus, the next we do is to also multiply the whole number by the denominator, then add the numerator, which happens to be 1 also. And what do we do here? 3 times 5 would have given us 15, and 15 plus 1, guys, we have 16. Then we're going to have here as 16 over 5. The next thing we are quickly going to do, guys, is to simplify the L.C.M of 6 and 5. Guys, what is the L.C.M of 6 and 5? The L.C.M of 6 and 5 is 30. Of course, you should know how to find L.C.M. Alright? Now, the next thing we do is that the L.C.M of 6 and 5, like I said now, is 30. So that will serve as our new denominator. Then we can now create our fraction. Now that we have gotten the new denominator, hence we are going to obtain new numerators as well. How do we get our new numerator, guys? To get the new numerator, what you simply do is to pull down the new denominator divided by the first old denominator. And the first old denominator here is 6. And 30 divided by 6 will give us 5. So this 5, we are going to put it down here to multiply the original numerator of this base, and that's 25. That's the numerator there. Then minus, the next thing we do now is we still put down 30, which is the new denominator, now divided by the second old denominator, which is 5. And 30 divided by 5 would have given us 6. So we are going to put down 6 here to multiply the existing numerator there, which it happens to be 16. Guys, this is as simple as this. Now, what do we do? The next thing we do now is to simply what? Multiply out this expression. Now we have 5 times 25, which will give us 125. So we have 125. Then minus 16 times 6, guys. If you cannot get it, you can use your calculator. But here we have 6 times 6 would have given us 36. Put down 6, carry 3, and 6 times 1 would have given us 6. And 6 plus the 3 you carried would have given us what? 9. So you have 96 all over 30. Guys, what next do we do? We are simply going to remove 96 from 125. And when we remove 96 from 125, guys, we are going to have 29. Then this will have given us 29 over 30. Now, the next thing we do is to find out whether there is a factor that can go into 29 and 30. Of course, no number can go into 29 and as well also go into 30. In other words, 29 and 30 has no common factor. So the next thing we check out for is if the denominator is greater than the numerator. If the denominator is greater than the numerator, then we are done with this subject. Of course, 30 is greater than what? 29. Hence, this is a proper fraction and this marks it good. This is the answer to this particular question. So guys, I will see you in the compound fraction where we will be using multiplication sign between two fractions. See you in the next video. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not done so, and ensure that you hit the notification bell so that anytime we release mind-blowing content, you will be the first to be notified. Alright? Now, and as well, ensure you like all our videos and make your comment when necessary. We are there to serve you and give you the best